I want to start with the schedule that you guys are looking at to start the season. You got California, you've got some tough opponents. You go to Florida, you've got some tough opponents. So right away you get going. Tell me how you prepare for that. You not only is the season starting, but right away you're playing top 25 teams 2 weeks in a row. Tell me about the preparation process when that's your schedule.
Yeah, I think definitely going into these games, we're taking it one by one and not just going as like a big whole, like, oh, we're playing all these good teams. Like we're taking it one by one and saying like, okay, let's go after this team. And then after you get that one, go after the next team, not just like all together, I would say.
From a, I'm going to use the phrase team identity. From a team identity standpoint, how do you feel like this year's team is similar or especially different from last year's squad?
I would say this team's pretty similar to last year's squad, and the fact that like a lot of us are very like family orientated. Like I'd say like all of these girls on our team are my sisters, and so we have very great team chemistry like we did last year, and we all work very well together.
And then last one for me for you. You've got a lot of young players. You're a young player. You're the veteran of the ones we've had today, but you're a young player. Um, just tell me what that's like for you guys, knowing what you did last year, making the postseason, what you think you can do this year. But you've even got plenty of time with the unit you've got. Tell me what that's like, just knowing that this core is going to be there for a minute.
It's nice knowing that we have most of our offensive lineup coming back. So it's nice to know like we already work well together in addition to a bunch of new people that also have a bunch of new things they can bring to the table for us. So it's just nice to know that we can move along season by season with the same people. It's pretty cool and add new additions.
Thanks.
When you reflect on last year, what comes to your mind with as far as you personally being all Big Ten performer, having the great year, and then as a team making the NCAA tournament? What do you take from last year that will help you this year?
Personally, I just say that no matter what happened last year, there's always something you can do to be better. So each year you just try to push yourself to get more and to be more. So I think we just don't look at like how we ended last year. We just think of we want to get more. We want to make it to the World Series. We want to get as far as we can go.
Who are some of the younger players that has stood out to you that could you think it could take that next leap that people are going to start talking about here in the next couple months?
I think, like Justin Breezy said, we have a very talented freshman class. And so I think all of them have the opportunity to show up on one game or another to prove themselves and show that they are that next player.
What makes Coach Carly Wynn such a great coach as far as coaching the hitting side, the offense, and just everything she brings to the program?
She has so much softball logic. Like you can just pick her brain about anything, and she has an adjustment for every single thing that you can ever think of. So she's just a great coach all around.
You mentioned there's always something to improve. What for you personally? What was something that you worked on this offseason to improve your own game? I find that hard to believe considering what you've accomplished. But what did you work on this offseason?
This offseason, I just worked on overall being more powerful. So I've been getting a lot of work in the weight room and lifting a lot more weights to just try to make myself more powerful because you can never have too much power.
Did you have a player you looked up to, a softball player that you kind of try to duplicate your game as, kind of similar?
I'd say one of my former teammates, McKenna Dow. I just liked how she was very smooth when she was playing, and you can never tell if she was angry or happy. She just kept the same face throughout every game.
And then my last question to you: what's going to be the keys for this team to be accomplish your internal goals?
I think just keep staying together like a family, keeping that team chemistry because team chemistry can take you a long way.
Thank you.
Do we have any more questions for Kayla on the Zoom? Now we're going to open it up to our media who are here in person.
What are you seeing from the young pitchers throughout the offseason?
They're with Coach Ritter a lot, so I don't get to see them that often, but I would say that they do have their own strengths and they're all very different. So I think it's pretty cool.
And what do the conversations look like in the locker room between players on goals for this season?
Our goal is always to make it as far as we can. You know, everyone wants to get the Big Ten championship and the Women's College World Series, so we're just trying to take everything we can.
Now, in the weight room, who you look to your over the shoulder at to see if you can beat them in reps? Is there anyone they're always competing with?
My lifting partner, Addie, she's always pushing me to see how many pull-ups I can do, how much weight I can do on deadlifts. So yeah, I'd say Addie.
And what is one of the biggest obstacles that you believe you guys have to overcome this season?
I would say just not looking too far ahead. we just got to go game by game and not think like, oh, the overall big picture. So yeah.
Sometimes the off season can seem pretty long. Just how excited are you to start playing and get into it?
Oh, I'm so excited. Once season starts, we just keep going, and it's just fun to go on the road with all of our teammates and show the freshmen how it goes. So yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.